Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to attempt another voiceover video for you all. This is a spread in my regular size journal. I haven't done this in a little while. I have been really loving my music journal of late. I've been listening to a lot more music lately. I haven't been able to really listen to music as often as I used to because of my kids. Obviously, I listen to songs that aren't necessarily appropriate for a 3-year-old. Mainly a 3-year-old. The 6-year-old has no idea. She can't even talk yet, so that's fine. But Lincoln, my eldest, he's starting to mimic absolutely everything. So, I don't really want him, as hilarious as it would be, watching him go around singing Eminem songs. That would honestly be hilarious. I really don't want to teach him that just yet. So I've been trying quite hard to make a playlist that's a little bit more kid-friendly when it comes to swear words and explicities, but at the same time I'm starting to exercise more, so I have my music to myself in my headphones, so I have been listening to a little bit more music as well. My kids are getting back into better routines now that my daughter's a 6-month-old, so I've got my nights to myself again, so when I am journaling I can actually listen to music for longer than half a minute, which is awesome. Anyway, I'm not really entirely sure how to do voiceovers very well at the moment. I did ask you guys on Instagram if there was anything you want me to talk about, and a lot of you said to just talk about my process when it comes to journaling, how I actually make spreads the way they do. The way I do, they do. There's only me here. And I gotta be honest with you guys, that's a really tough thing to talk about because most of the time I just zone out and my hands just go with the flow. Sometimes, obviously, right here with the little receipt paper, I was like, oh yes, I love the weird element from that. I don't even know, it's like a weird checkered thing within the receipt itself. And I was like, I love that, I could totally use that. So when I do use a piece of paper, I try my best to use as many parts of it as possible to generate less waste, but it doesn't always work out that way. I do try and save a lot of my scraps as well. But anyway, when it comes to my music journal, I listen to a song. If I vibe with the song, then the song goes in my journal. When I do a spread, when it is dedicated to a particular song, I do tend to listen to that song over and over and over and over again. I will put it on repeat as I make the spread, because sometimes it is, I don't know if it's easier, but sometimes you do get a burst of inspiration when it comes to the lyrics of a song or the sound of a song. But honestly, this one in particular, I wasn't really thinking in that way. Some songs are, and you get a little bit edgy and you're like, yeah, everything's gonna be black because it's a black song, if you know what I mean. With this one, because of the colors are a little bit more pastel-y, but it's still Paramore, so I used a lot of blacks and a lot of greys, but I wanted to incorporate a little bit of the blue as well, which is why I chose some of the classic-y. Honestly, I don't use the classic-y memo letterpress card thingies as a whole much anymore. I usually cut out the borders to use as little elements in my journal, as you can see with the little blue circly ones, which I love. I think they're super, super cute. So now I've completely lost my train of thought, but that's really all. When it comes to stamps, I try to, again, it's like a mood thing, The song I chose is Pool by Paramore. It's one of their more upbeat songs. I tried to make it a little edgy, but also not, because, After Laughter, that whole album is very much, we're going to sing with a happy beat, but if you actually listen to the lyrics, it can be quite dark. And, Pool is no exception. I really love this song, by the way. I think it's great. Also, just listen to After Laughter. It's a great album. Although My Friend is, a bit artsy for me. It's cool and everything, but I don't know. To me, it just sounds like they forgot to record properly. So, not my favorite song on that one, but it's Paramore, so, I will defend them with all my heart and all my honor. What else can I talk about? Again, I really don't know, you guys. It's really difficult. Obviously, the new stamp. I love. When I got my new Travelers Company notebook, which has arrived, By the way, my last video, it hadn't arrived yet, but it has arrived. Oh wait, maybe it had arrived by that point. Oh no, I can't remember. Oh dear. Again, it's really hard recording when you're a little bit ahead when it comes to YouTube. But as of right now, I do have it. Obviously, I'm just about to use one of the stamps that comes with it. When it came to the Travelers Company Records notebook that I had just recently gotten, I initially didn't want all the fancy knickknacks that it came with. I just wanted the cover itself. But honestly, this cassette tape and the vinyl cover stamps are becoming some of my favorites. They are so cute. Also, it's really hard to find music themed stamps these days that aren't kind of ugly or a little bit I don't want to say childish, but like, you know, like they've got they're a bit more simple, or they're not as delicate. I really like the more delicate-y kind of stamps. Or, you know, something like the cassette tape, which is insanely detailed. So having them has honestly been a huge inspiration within itself. Like I probably use one or the other in every journal spread in this size, because obviously my regular is my music journal. So that's really, really cool. So with the stamps, I just try not to ruin the mood all that much. I chose the boat because the pool, water, boat, again, like that's sort of how I choose my stamps a little bit. It is ridiculously hard when it comes to like musically themed things, when, you know, not all music is themed around stuff. It's usually about heartbreak or, you know, politics, things like that. So it is kind of hard. I don't have a lot of like heart stamps. Actually, I have no heart stamps. I don't think I have a single heart stamp, which I'm really proud of myself. You know, usually I'd have something heart somewhere, but no. So again, it can be kind of difficult when it comes to music and trying to get it themed. And then, you know, I just write out the lyrics. That's literally all I do with these threads. Sometimes it can be really difficult what words I do put in, and so it doesn't always make sense, I guess. So when it comes to lyrics, I always pick my favorite ones, even if they're not from the same verse or the same chorus. I'll just like, oh, this one sentence is fine. I'll stick that one, and then I'll go like four lyrics down. I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. I'll put that in as well. Like it's not always coherent. But, you know, I know the song, and it's for me, not for anybody else. So that's how I do it. I have been really struggling with how much to write. I think I've actually balanced this one out relatively well when it comes to writing. So I'm still trying to learn that. I'm trying to figure out the size of my writing. I find that the smaller the writing, the better. I think because a lot of the details that I do add on my journals are quite little and are quite delicate. So I think I'm going to try and do a little bit more smaller writing, if that makes sense at all. Because yeah, the journal spreads I use, or that I create with the bigger spread, looks messy, and it looks a bit silly to me. So I'm learning, I'm getting there. I'm also obsessed with putting in like the progress bars, like from Spotify and things like that. I don't know, I find them really cute, and it's a good way to show what the song is without having to write, you know, Pool by Paramore, which is awesome. I really like it. I think it's a cool way to do it. So that's the process of this one. I guess actually I did alright. 9 minutes chatting. I think that's pretty good. Pretty solid effort on my part. I think I'm gonna go now though. My voice is already tired. I'm not used to doing these. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know if you like the voiceovers in general. I can always stop and just play music again. There's no issues there. I will see you guys next week. Okay, goodbye.